So here is my new HTC Evo, and a big thank you to the public relations folks at Sprint for getting this to me well ahead of its release date on June 4th. That's Friday this week. I'm recording on Tuesday. This is a 4G phone. It's designed to run on the Clearwire WiMAX network. And unfortunately, there is no 4G in San Francisco right now, so I'm running this on 3G, which is fine. I'm very anxious to get to a 4G market so I can give that a try. But this is running Android 2.1, and HTC, the manufacturer, has already announced that they will be upgrading this to 2.2, the Freudo, which is very exciting. A lot of interesting features on that. This is the home screen, fairly typical of what you see on Android. One of the nice things is you can see the status bar up here, and this is Peep, which is the built-in Twitter client. I'm actually using Seismic instead, but you also get voicemail notifications and missed calls and email and the like, and all you have to do is drag that down from the top in order to see exactly what the notification is, and then tap to go to that application and find out what's waiting for you there. One of the nice features, as you can see right here, is this 1.3 megapixel camera that's front-facing, so that I can engage in video conference calls, for example. And one of the things that makes that particularly easy is the fact that this phone has a kickstand. If you've ever been on a plane watching an iPhone and you want to watch the movie that you've recorded, that you're either going to be holding the phone or propping it up against something. And as you can see here, you don't need to do that with the Android, with the Evo. The kickstand pretty much takes care of that for you. This is a phone that runs multiple apps, and one of the nice things is that there's this feature called Leap, where if you just pinch on the home screen, it'll show you all the various pages that are open, and then you can just tap to those. For example, this is the one that would allow you to switch to 4G. If there was 4G available, it would actually tap into the network that is the best network among those that are available. Also provides you with the people in your quick call list and various other features that you can turn on and off, like Bluetooth and GPS. Now, one thing that I do want to point out here that I find particularly appealing is that the screen is a 4.3-inch screen. There's very little wasted space for buttons and the like. If you were to compare that to the iPhone has a considerably smaller screen. This is also an incredibly bright screen, very, very easy to see. Haven't really had a chance to try it outdoors in sunlight, but I expect it's going to be just as problematic as any other phone outdoors in sunlight. One really nice thing about this phone is you'll notice that there is an 8-megapixel camera, your main camera, with a dual LED flash for getting some exceptional images in low light. So we'll come over here and we'll click over to the camera. And you'll see that you have a number of controls and the ability to take some really good pictures. There's also a video camera here, and after you've taken a picture, it's very easy to share it. Another thing I love about this phone, which I guess is common with all of the Android phones, is that I don't have to sync it to the computer in order to download apps or do a number of other things that, with the iPhone you do have to be synced directly to the computer. And I am able to install non-market apps. There is the market, the Android Market, which is the place where you go to find the apps that are fairly well approved. But for example, I got this free trial of SiriusXM. I already have a SiriusXM radio account, and this was not in the marketplace. All I had to do was go into the settings and disable the block on non-market apps, basically giving me permission to go grab anything I want rather than only those things that are controlled. I also want to show you something about the keyboard. This is a kind of a minor thing, but I just absolutely love this. If I go into email and want to compose a new message, and I'll turn the phone here, and let's say that I want to use a numeral or a character, rather than having to switch to the numeral screen, let's say I want to use the letter 8, if I just hold the button for a couple of seconds, I get a listing at the top of all of the various options on that key, and I can choose the 8. If down here I want to use the colon instead of the period, just hold it for a second and the colon appears. That is so much easier than switching from one keyboard to the other. It's also worth noting on the bottom that in addition to the micro USB connection for charging, there's also an HDMI Out. So if I want to look at video or photos that I have shot on any HDMI-enabled device, like a television set, I can just run a cable and view it straight from the phone. There is a nifty little feature here. I've really only started to play with it called the Friend Stream. And what this does is it aggregates all of the various social services that I have connected to over the phone into one place. So you can see here these are tweets that I have received, but I'm also on Facebook on this device so far. I haven't done LinkedIn yet, but if there was an update from Facebook, it would show that here. Not seeing any right now, but I have seen them in the past as I have played with the device. The phone does support simultaneous voice and data, so I can be doing anything data related while I am on the phone at the same time. And it does support flash. Let me show you, because I think this is really important. The lack of availability of flash on the iPad has been a deal killer for me. So if we just come over here and go over to my podcast, the player that we use, that Neville and I use so that you can listen to FIR on the screen, is a flash player. And if I just tap that here, FIR 548. Welcome to For Immediate Release. So as you can hear, I can run any flash player on this phone and be able to listen to the content or watch the content. Interestingly enough, Hulu has blocked access to their flash player for this phone, but when version 2.2 of Android, Freudo, comes out, there is already a published workaround that will allow you to view Hulu. If I go into Settings and go to Wireless and Networks, you'll see one of the things that I can do is turn on the hotspot. This phone will operate as a hotspot for up to 8 devices. I can share the 3G or 4G internet connection directly from this device. So I could go with the 4G, set this up as a Wi-Fi hotspot in my hotel room, plug it in so that it's consistently powered, and have 4G speeds on my laptop without using the hotel Wi-Fi connection and pay those outrageous charges. And as you can see here, you can come in and actually change the SSID name to whatever you want. Just a really remarkable feature that I think is an absolute deal sealer for a lot of people with this phone. So that's just a quick overview. Just wanted to share some of the things that in the few days I've been playing with this that I find I really, really like about this phone. I honestly have to say I can't remember having ever been this excited about a smartphone, and I've been using the iPhone since last August, and this beats it 6 ways to Sunday. Just virtually every feature comparison I can make, this beats the iPhone. Certainly not the number of apps available, but I've been able to find equivalent apps for everything I was using on the iPhone. For example, the ability to do voice recording. I have found a really nice app called Levo Recorder that pretty much gives me everything that I need to do high-quality voice recordings. Like I say, every app, either there's an equivalent or the same app. I mean, Foursquare, for example, has an Android app, and Audio Boo has an Android app. A first-rate phone, and I am thrilled to pieces to have this, and looking forward to discovering more of its capabilities as I continue to use it.